Emma Stone responds to teen's promposal. Actress Emma Stone is flattered by a high school student's La La Land-inspired invitation to attend his prom in Arizona, but she is unable to go. Teenager Jacob Staudenmayer and his student friends in Emma's native Scottsdale put together a video urging the 28-year-old actress to consider accompanying him to the high school dance. In the clip, the hopeful teen, dressed in a tuxedo and bow tie, begged Stone to be his date to prom in his reworked Another Day of Sun song and dance number, the sequence that opened the hit film. The inventive teen sang lines like, "People say I look like your co-star, Ryan Gosling, and maybe that's a bit far-fetched." Staudenmayer created the video after another student invited Miley Cyrus to the prom a few years ago. She didn't actually go to prom with him, but he was invited to one of her concerts and he got to go up on stage with her, so I think it worked out, he told Good Morning America on Friday, 07/17. "If I was going to do it, I had to do something more ambitious and bigger in scale." Emma has since responded to Jacob's promposal, insisting she is impressed with his elaborate video, but she will be working overseas on the day of the dance. "Jacob, thanks for making the greatest proposal I have ever received," she wrote in a note to her fan. "I can't tell you what an honor that was and how much I smiled through that entire beautifully orchestrated video. I'm in London working, but I hope you have the best time at prom, and I'm grateful you thought of me. Thank you. P.S. I do see Gosling around the eyes. Love, Emma." Prostitute who gave Google exec fatal drug shot is deported. Alix Tichelman, left, of Folsom, California, confers with public defender Diane August during her arraignment in Santa Cruz Superior Court in Santa Cruz, California. Federal immigration officials are deporting her to Canada after she completed a jail sentence for involuntary manslaughter for giving a fatal heroin shot to a Google executive she was entertaining aboard his yacht. San Francisco federal immigration officials said today they were deporting a California prostitute to Canada after she completed a jail sentence for involuntary manslaughter for giving a fatal heroin shot to a Google executive she had been entertaining aboard his yacht. Immigration and Customs Enforcement spokesman James Schwab said a judge ordered Alix Tichelman, 29, deported to Canada because of her felony convictions connected to the accidental overdose death of Forrest Hayes in November 2013. She also pleaded guilty to a felony charge of administering drugs. Immigration agents arrested her after she finished her jail sentence on March 29. Schwab declined to disclose Tichelman's immigration status in the United States or whether she was represented by an immigration attorney. The San Jose Mercury News reported Wednesday that Tichelman holds a permit to permanently work and live in the United States. The paper reported that Tichelman was raised in Georgia and spent little time in Canada. Police said a surveillance video at the harbor showed Tichelman at first panicking and trying to revive Hayes. Then it showed her casually step over Hayes' body, finish a glass of wine and lower blind before leaving the yacht. Hayes had hired Tichelman several times previously. They were doing drugs and having sex the night he died, authorities said. The high-end call girl was arrested 8 months after Hayes' death. After Tichelman was charged in California, police in Milton, Georgia, took another look at the 2013 overdose death of Tichelman's former boyfriend Dean Riopelli, 53. He was the owner of a popular Atlanta music venue. Authorities said a panicked Tichelman had called Milton police, saying Riopelli had overdosed on drugs and wasn't responding. Tichelman was not charged. An autopsy report listed Riopelli's death as an accidental overdose of heroin, oxycodone and alcohol per dose. Samsung Heir Jay Y Lee accused of bribery, perjury as trial opens. South Korean prosecutors have accused the heir to the Samsung business empire of embezzling funds, committing perjury and playing a key role in a corruption scandal that led to the ouster of former President Park Geun-Hye. A bound and handcuffed Heir Jay Y, the vice chairman of Samsung Electronics, arrived at the Seoul Central District Court as his trial opened Friday. Lee, who was arrested in February, has been charged with paying nearly $40 million to the now-impeached president's close friend Choi Soon-sil, allegedly as bribes to secure policy favors. 4 other Samsung executives have also been charged. Special Prosecutor Park Geun-Hye said in his opening statement that Lee's case is one of the most deep-rooted and typical cases involving unhealthy relations between politicians and businessmen. In the course of providing bribes, Lee Jae-yong embezzled company money, illegally diverted domestic assets abroad, hid illegally earned incomes and committed perjury at Parliament, the prosecutor said. Defense lawyers have said Lee and the others deny all the charges. They say the prosecutor's formal indictment is sketchy, with some accusations only backed up by circumstantial evidence. Samsung has insisted the payments to Choi were charitable contributions it was obliged to make under pressure from officials, and not bribes. The Choi case has left a deep scar in history, but it has also provided momentum to re-establish the rule of laws by dint of people's power, the prosecutor said. Ousted President Park was thrown into jail last week after a court ordered her arrest in connection with the sweeping corruption scandal that brought millions of people onto the streets and saw her impeached. Her close confidant Choi is also in custody and on trial for forcing top local firms including the tech giant to donate nearly $70 million to non-profit foundations which she allegedly used for personal gain. Lee's arrest, the first for a Samsung chief even though his father was twice convicted of bribery, sent shockwaves through the company and triggered the announcement of a major reform of its top-down management style. Jenny Slate dishes on working with ex Chris Evans, "We have a real love." Extras Renee Barg recently sat down with Jenny Slate as she promoted her new film Gifted, also starring her ex-boyfriend Chris Evans. Of working with Evans, Slate said, "We're very different, but we have a real love for getting it right and making sure there's energy there." Jenny also chatted about whether Chris is more like his character in Captain America or the one he plays in Gifted. Watch.